Hi guys, Anthony Desmoni with Water Heater Pros. We're going to do tankless talk with Tony today. We're going to do a tankless flush at a homeowner's house. As you see, they have nice valves set up so where we can turn the water off to shut the water off to the tankless, and we have valves to do the flush with. If your system does not have these valves on them, you cannot flush your tankless. Please look at the previous video to see how those get installed. Since I've been doing tankless flushes for a while, I have two different style buckets set up. I pre-made them myself, the little 3-gallon buckets. This one, the pump sits in and the water kicks into the bottom. The problem I found was I wasn't able to tell how dirty the water was coming out. So I invented this bucket to where you'll see when the water comes in, it bubbles out over the top like a fountain. So it's easy for me to see what's actually coming out of the tankless. So it's really a simple setup. We just unscrew the cap, screw in a washing machine hose. Screw the washing machine hose into the bottom. And then on our pump, we already have a washing machine hose hooked up that goes into the bucket. And this goes on the cold side. Now what we do is we open up the hot side, and as you can start to see the water coming up through the top. We add a little bit water in the bucket and the lines, and then we use our Haymaker tankless water heater descaler. We got enough water, we turn off the valves, open our descaler, pour it in. As we're pouring it in, we take our pump, we plug it in, and as you can see, how the water from the hot comes out of the pipe. And you can see it's already starting to turn, a little colors coming out, and it's already starting to work as a descaler. So the descaler takes about 30 to 45 minutes to run through. So if you have your cell phone, just set your alarm or a timer for 45 minutes and let the descaler do its thing. So we were about 5 minutes into the flush, and you could see how slow it's coming, means it's descaling and getting stuff off of the heating elements inside of her tankless water heater. And as you see, my little riser tube here works because it pushes the water from the top, out of the bottom, out of the top, so that way the pump doesn't suck in the dirty water that comes right back out of the system. It takes a while before it goes back down to the bottom of the bucket and back into the system. So guys, we are like 15 minutes into her tankless flush. And as you notice, the water has definitely changed colors from the original color when it started, which means that the descaler is clearing off the stuff off of the heating elements inside. And what it happens is the calcium and hardness from the water, it sticks to the heating elements, which causes eventually the heating elements to work harder to heat the water, which in turn causes them to leak later on because they're working so hard to produce the minimum amount of hot water required, which causes them to pop and cause a leak later on. So descaling, even if you don't want to do it once a year, I recommend you have to do it at least twice a year because it'll give you longevity on your tankless water heater. Guys, it's been 30 minutes. We are done with our flush. So at this point now, we unplug our pump, right? And I'm just gonna pull the pump out really quick so you can see how dirty the water looks that came out of her tankless. So at this point, we turn the valves off temporarily. We disconnect. Cold and hot. We take our garden hose that's ran out to the street. We hook it up on the hot side because we want to get all the descaler out of her system. We turn the valve back on. We turn this valve on the cold side. And now we're running water through the system. We can go out to the street. And as you can see, it's coming out. So now we're going to turn, you can see the green. If you look in the concrete, you can see the green and the yuck that was on her elements coming out of the system. The white foam and everything. Now you can see the water's coming out clear here out of the hose. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the water heater. We're going to turn the breakers back on. 1, 2, 3. Now the water heater will engage. Once the water heater engages now, it'll open up all the pistons in the electric water heater and it'll give it its last final flush right now. So you see it says E5, it's thinking, it's turning itself back on. We're going to lower the flow just a little bit. Now the temperature's engaged, right? So here's a good thing about electric tanklesses. When we restrict the water flow, it's able to keep up with the demand of the hot water. The minute we open this up all the way, it goes to E5 error, too much flow for the tankless to keep up with the volume of water. So all we do now is we just turn this down a little bit. You can hear the water going through slightly. Now we're going to go out and check our hose, make sure there's hot water coming out. Water's hot and it's clear. So now we just turn off the hose. Turn the hose off. Turn the water back onto the house. And now the homeowner has clean water like the first day her tankless was installed. If you don't do tankless flushes, it will shorten the lifespan of your tankless and it will make it work harder. If you have a softener like this homeowner has, it actually helps break down some of the hardness before it gets to the tankless. If you don't have a softener in your house or a filtration system, the hardness and calcium deposits build up on the heat exchanger and it causes it to work much harder over time, which will cause it to leak eventually. So it's just a tip from Tony on your tanklesses. Just think of your tanklesses as your car. If you don't maintenance your car, what happens? Engine light comes on, flat tires, brakes don't work. Tankless water heaters and regular water heaters all work the same. God bless and have a good day. Bye. For more tips, hit like and subscribe. Have a great day.